has been sacked by Chelsea's new owners, just 3 months after they formally completed their takeover. Despite Tuesday night's abysmal Champions League defeat to Dinamo Zagreb, Tuchel's 100th game in charge, the decision will still come as a shock to many fans and rivals. Telegraph Sport understands that Tuchel was informed on Wednesday morning and Anthony Barry is likely to take temporary charge until a replacement is found, with Graham Potter set to be the early frontrunner. While the loss in Zagreb may have underlined Chelsea's recent slump under Tuchel, Telegraph Sport understands that his sacking is not based purely on results or Chelsea's poor start to the season. Regardless of Tuesday night's defeat, concerns had been growing that Tuchel was not the right man to lead the new era under co-controlling owners Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital, and it is believed the German's future was in doubt win, lose or draw in Zagreb. Boehly and Bedad Iqbali will move quickly to replace Tuchel and immediately start talking to targets following his removal. An approach to Brighton to speak to Potter has been made, with Chelsea aiming for a swift process of due diligence to appoint the right man. As well as approaching Potter, Chelsea may try to hold discussions with out-of-work duo Mauricio Pochettino and Zinedine Zidane. Benfica manager Roger Schmidt could also come under consideration. Chelsea statement: right time for transition. Just minutes after informing Tuchel he had been sacked, Chelsea released a statement that read, "Chelsea Football Club has today parted company with head coach Thomas Tuchel. On behalf of everyone at Chelsea FC, the club would like to place on record its gratitude to Thomas and his staff for all their efforts during their time with the club. Thomas will rightly have a place in Chelsea's history after winning the Champions League, the Super Cup and Club World Cup in his time here. As the new ownership group reaches 100 days since taking over the club, and as it continues its hard work to take the club forward, the new owners believe it is the right time to make this transition. Chelsea's coaching staff will take charge of the team for training and the preparation of our upcoming matches, as the club moves swiftly to appoint a new head coach. There will be no further comment until a new head coach appointment is made." Chelsea, who travel to Fulham on Saturday lunchtime, have already lost 3 games this season, all away from home, and were fortunate not to be beaten at Stamford Bridge by West Ham United. Tensions with Chelsea players. Sources have claimed there have been issues behind the scenes at Chelsea all summer, which Tuchel has hinted at on occasion. Tuchel made it clear that he did not enjoy the extra responsibility he was given in the transfer window after Boehly and Clearlake handed him more power and a greater say on Chelsea's business. He has reiterated his disappointment that former technical and performance advisor Petr Cech left Stamford Bridge following the takeover, and revealed on Saturday that he would not be involved in the appointment of a new sporting director. Sources have also claimed that Tuchel's relationship with a number of Chelsea's squad has deteriorated, while his team selections have caused surprise, and at times, frustration among players who felt they have been unfairly left out or played out of position. That appeared to be evident in Zagreb. Despite those problems and the below-par results and performances, Tuchel's departure will put some pressure on Boehly and Clearlake, given the 49-year-old's popularity with supporters following the 2021 Champions League success, just 4 months after he had replaced Frank Lampard as head coach. Chelsea's fans were also impressed with the way in which Tuchel became the club's spokesman when restrictions were placed on the club, following Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the sanctions imposed on former owner Roman Abramovich. Just last month, Tuchel claimed there had been preliminary talks over extending his Chelsea contract by saying, "There are talks. But I think given the situation, where we come from, and where we are in the middle of the transfer period, I think it is the very best if I focus on my team and on sports and on being competitive. My people talk to the owners and take care of everything else. You know how glad I am to be here and how much I like it." So it's a good thing. But Tuchel has become the first managerial casualty of the new Bertha Clearlake era, following out of Chelsea ex-chairman Bruce Buck, Marina Granovskaya, Czech and former head of international scouting Scott McLachlan, who left last Friday. Despite being only 6 games into the 2022-2023 campaign, the club made the decision to part company with the former PSG boss, the day after losing 1-0 to Dinamo Zagreb in round 1 of the Champions League group stage. Chelsea have spent a quite incredible £271.1 million according to the Daily Mail. This is the most money ever spent in a single transfer window by a Premier League team, and the most spent by any team in Europe this window. It eclipses the £223 million Manchester City recorded during 2017's window. There have been a flurry of marquee signings, which include Marc Cucurella, £62 million, Kalidou Koulibaly, £34 million, and Wesley Fofana, £70 million. Despite the big arrivals, the club have endured a stuttering start, notably losing to Southampton and Leeds United in the Premier League, before their defeat in Europe last night. In a statement made on the club website, Chelsea FC expressed their gratitude to Tuchel after parting ways with him. On behalf of everyone at Chelsea FC, the club would like to place on record its gratitude to Thomas and his staff for all their efforts during their time with the club, the statement reads. Thomas will rightly have a place in Chelsea's history, after winning the Champions League, the Super Cup and Club World Cup in his time here. This announcement comes after the club was taken over by new co-owner Todd Boehly, following the departure of Roman Abramovich. As the new ownership group reaches 100 days since taking over the club, and as it continues its hard work to take the club forward, the new owners believe it is the right time to make this transition, the statement concluded. Chelsea's summer business. Wesley Fofana, Leicester, £70 million. Marc Cucurella, Brighton, £62 million. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Barcelona, £10 million. Raheem Sterling, Manchester City, £50 million. Kalidou Koulibaly, Napoli, £34 million. Gabriel Slonina, Chicago Fire, £13 million. Carney Chukwuemeka, Aston Villa, £20 million. Cesare Casadei, Inter Milan, £12.6 million. Denis Zakaria, Juventus, loan. Eddie Beach, Southampton, undisclosed. Omari Hutchinson, Arsenal, undisclosed.